here to present pre-immediate grammar, my project 1, and I'm gonna talk about conditional sentence. Okay, conditional sentences are a crucial part of English grammar. They describe the result of a particular condition. There are four main types of conditional sentences: zero, first, second, and third conditionals. Each type has its own structure and usage. Next, conditional sentence has four types. Zero conditional is used to indicate general truths. And then, second, first conditional, possible action in the present. And then, second conditional, revert to impossible condition. And last, we got third conditional, unreal past situation and result. Next, we're gonna talk about zero conditional. The function is, the zero conditional is used for general truths or scientific facts. It describes situation where one thing always causes another. The example of sentences we had: baby wakes up if we make too much noise. And then, if you press the button, the television turns on. And we have, if you press the power key, a green light appears. And if he is available, ask him to call me. And last, we have, if you sweat too much, you dehydrate. Next, we're gonna talk about the structure. The structure of a zero conditional verb consists of two clauses, both using the present simple tense. If or when plus subject plus present simple verb, or subject plus present simple verb. And then we have subject plus present simple verb plus if or when plus subject plus present simple verb. Next, we're gonna move to first conditional. We're gonna talk about the function of first conditional. The first conditional is used for real and possible situations in the future. It talks about a condition in the present or future that is likely to happen. And we have the example of sentences. First, if I have time, I'll finish that letter. Second, what will you do if you miss the plan? Third, nobody will notice if you make a mistake. Fourth, if he calls you, you should go. And then, let's talk about the structure. First conditional, like zero conditional, also consists of a two-part structure. If clause or condition, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. Main clause or the result, you'll pass the exam if you study hard. Okay, then let's move to the second conditional. Let's talk about the function of the second conditional. It's used for hypothetical or unreal situations in the present or future. It talks about things that are unlikely to happen. And then we have the example of sentences. First, if I had a private jet, I would travel every month. Second, if she knew his number, she would call him. Third, if we lived in Tokyo, we would eat sushi every day. Fourth, if he were taller, he would play basketball professionally. Fifth, if I had more free time, I would learn another language. Let's talk about the structure. Second conditional structure is divided into two formats: if plus past simple or condition plus would or could or might plus base verb. The if clause sets the hypothetical condition. The main clause sets the imaginary result. Okay, then let's move to the third conditional. Let's talk about the function of the third conditional. It's used for situations that did not happen in the past. It talks about imaginary situations and their possible outcomes in the past. And then we have the example of sentences. First, if I had worked harder, I would have passed the exam. Second, I would have called you if you told me what was wrong. Third, if I had known you were coming, I would have cooked dinner. Okay, let's talk about the structure, guys. The structure of third conditional is structured as if plus past perfect would have past participle. Maybe we have if clause or if plus subject plus had plus past plus participle. And then we have result clause, or the example is subject plus would have plus past participle or perfect conditional. Okay everyone, let's move to examples and analysis of sentence. First, we're gonna analyze the zero conditional. A, baby wakes up if we make too much noise. That's the example of the sentence, guys. The sentence expresses a general truth or something that usually happens whenever the condition occurs. It means that every time people make too much noise, the baby wakes up. And next, the B, the example of the sentence, if you press the button, the television turns on. The sentence describes a fact or a regular result. Whenever someone presses the button, the television automatically turns on. Next, we have first conditional. Let's analyze the first conditional. A, the example of the sentence is, if I have time, I'll finish that letter. The sentence talks about a possible situation in the future. It means that if the speaker has enough time later, they will finish the letter. Second, B, what will you do if you miss the plane? The sentence asks about a possible future situation. It means the speaker wants to know the other person's plan if they fail to catch the plane. And then we have second conditional. Let's talk about second conditional. The example of the sentence A, if I had a private jet, I would travel every month. The sentence describes an imaginary or unreal situation in the present or future. The speaker does not actually have a private jet but imagines what would happen if they did. Second, if she knew his number, she would call him. The sentence talks about an unreal or hypothetical situation. She probably does not know his number, so she cannot call him. Okay, move. Let's talk about third conditional. Let's analyze them. First, we got if I had worked harder, I would have passed the exam. The sentence talks about a past situation that did not happen. The speaker did not work harder, so they failed the exam. Second, I would have called you if you told me what was wrong. The sentence refers to a past situation that did not happen. The person did not tell the speaker what was wrong, so the speaker did not call. Okay, then the conclusion is understanding these types of conditional sentences can greatly improve your English communication skills. They allow you to express different situations and their outcomes clearly and effectively. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna show you the mass media I've got, the source and the data I've got from the journal. And then the first journal I've got, if water reaches 100 Celsius, it boils. That's from Science Direct Journal. You can see that I put the link if you want to see by yourself, guys. And second, if people do not get enough sleep, they feel tired during the day. That's that sentence from Public Media Journal. Okay, guys, we're done at the conditional sentence, and then let's go move to the subjunctive wish, to the past situation. To express a wish or regret about a past situation, use the past perfect tense. Subject plus wish plus subject plus had plus verb 3. This structure puts the verb one step back in time, indicating that the desire is hypothetical and contrary to what actually happened in reality. Next, for the example, I'm gonna tell you 3 examples, just 3 because there's a lot. Okay, the first actual situation, I didn't study hard in college. And then subjunctive wish. And then subjunctive wish, I wish I had studied harder when I was in college. And then second, actual situation, she quit her job 2 years ago. And the subjunctive wish, she wishes she hadn't quit her job. And third, actual situation, we spent all our savings on that trip. And the subjunctive wish, we wish we had saved our money instead of traveling. Okay, let's move. Let's talk about the present situation. To express a wish or desire about an unreal or imaginary present situation, or a situation that is different from your current reality, you use the verb wish followed by a past subjunctive verb. Because you're talking about something that is currently contrary to fact, you must step back a tense. Okay, for example, the fact, I have to work today. And the wish, I wish I didn't have to work today. And second, the fact, I live in a busy, noisy city. And the wish, I wish I lived in a quiet countryside. And the fact is, I don't have enough time. And the wish is, I wish I had enough time to finish this project. And then let's move to the future situation. The subjunctive mood with wish expresses a desire for an imaginary or unlikely future situation. It shifts the verb tense one step back. For future desires, we typically use the structure subject 1 plus wish plus subject 2 plus could or would plus base verb. Okay, let's move to the example, guys. The real situation is, it will rain tomorrow, and I'm not happy about it. And the wish is, I wish it would stop raining tomorrow. And the real situation is, he is always late. And the wish is, I wish he would be on time. By the way, I've got the mass media too in here, and I've got from the so much data or search and from the journal. The first journal is, many people make New Year's resolutions to start diet, saying, oh, I wish I were thinner. 6 weeks later, many are saying, I wish I had stopped with my diet. Okay, that's in the second journal is, Google argues that if reading news online were closer to the experience of scanning through physical newspaper, people would read more. That's the journal. And if you guys want to know more about the Journal of God, you can see the link that I've put there. You can see that. And then, let's talk about the study case, the part 2 of my project. Study case assignment, do all numbers. Okay, let's start the first passive voice. I'm gonna say the wrong first, alright? Last year, a new policy is introduced by the company to improve productivity. Several employees was given additional training, and some departments are reorganized to be more efficient. The new system has implemented by the IT team last month. Some tasks must finished before the deadline, and reports should submit every Friday. The training sessions were conducted by external consultants, and all staff are required to attend them. By the end of the program, many improvements have been achieved by the organization. Okay, and then I'm gonna say the right one. Last year, a new policy was introduced by the company to improve productivity. Several employees were given additional training, and some departments were reorganized to be more efficient. The new system has been implemented by the IT team last month. Some tasks must be finished before the deadline, and reports should be submitted every Friday. The training sessions were conducted by external consultants, and all staff are required to attend them. By the end of the program, many improvements have been achieved by the organization. Next, the number 2, subjunctive wish. I'm gonna say the wrong side first. Many students feel stressed during exams and often say they wish they have more time to study. Some of them wish they understand the material better before the test. One student said he wished he studied harder last semester, while another mentioned she wishes she can finish all assignments earlier. They also wish the lecturer will give less homework. In group discussions, several students expressed that they wish they don't feel anxious during presentations. Overall, they wish everything is easier in their academic life. And the right one is, many students feel stressed during exams and often say they wished they had more time to study. Some of them wish they have understood the material better before the test. One student said he wishes he had studied harder last semester, while another mentioned she wishes she could finish all assignments earlier. They also wish their lecturer would give less homework. In group discussions, several students expressed that they wish they didn't feel anxious during presentations. Overall, they wish everything were easier in their academic life. Next, the number 3, conditional sentence. I'm gonna say the wrong side first, like usually, guys, okay? If students study hard, they will pass the exam as easily. If you heat water, it will boil. At 100 degrees Celsius, many people believe that if they have more money, they will be happier in life. Last semester, if the lecturer explains the topic clearly, students understood it better. If I know about the assignment earlier, I will submit it on time. If she studied harder, she will pass the final test. In general, if people will work hard, they achieve their goal faster. And then I'm gonna say the right one. If students study hard, they will pass the exam easily. If you heat water, it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Many people believe that if they had more money, they will be happier in life. Last semester, if the lecturer had explained the topic clearly, students would have understood it better. If I had known about the assignment earlier, I would have submitted it one time. If she studied harder, she would pass the final test. In general, if people remove the work In general, if people work hard, they will achieve their goals faster. Okay, number 4, direct speech versus reported speech. I'm gonna say the wrong side first. The lecturer said that students must submit the assignment tomorrow. He also said that they are working on a new project last week. One student said, I am finished my homework. And the lecturer reported that the student is finished his homework. Another student said that I will come late yesterday, which confused everyone. The lecturer told that he will explain the material the next day. But later, he said, I explained it yesterday. At the end of the class, he said, you can ask me questions now, and students reported that they can ask him questions then. And the right side is, the lecturer said that students must submit the assignment tomorrow. He also said that they had been working on a new project the week before. One student said, I have finished my homework, and the lecturer reported that the student had finished his homework. Another student said I will come late yesterday, which confused everyone. The lecturer told that he would explain the material the next day, but later he said, I explained it yesterday. At the end of the class, he said that you could ask me questions now, and students reported that they can ask him questions then. Okay guys, that's all I've got from the presentations. I hope you guys understood what I've got said in this videos, and I'm sorry if I talk too much, or I'm sorry if I talk too faster and you guys cannot understand what I'm saying right now. I'm sorry, and I'm ZETA. Say bye bye, and thank you for watching my videos. Bye bye.